I'm going to find out, and I'm going to do all my usual shenanigans just to find out. Always something. Hopefully that's the glitch for today. They got their glitch out early in Apollo 13, didn't they? So, you know, everything should be good. Why is that upside down? There we go. That looks extremely not at all suspicious. Okay, good. Have I put this in the wrong way? I think I have. Let me think about that. There we go. Whoop. And over we go. And over we go. And rotate. And rotate. And rotate again. Oh, look at that. Now that is serendipitous, but I'm going to do it. Have a look. This is a opal that is very old. This is one which is a doublet that I'm just trimming. Yeah, I am. Now that's cool. I did not expect it to work out like that. I bet no one's going to tune into the live stream to see the coolest live stream ever. Oh well. That's going to be okay. Because I can just, you know, do highlights later. I'm taking out the glass sheet at great risk and just quickly wiping down the back of this thing. But I am happy with what I'm seeing. Happy with what I'm seeing. Happy with what I'm seeing. Accidentally bumped it, but I'm still happy with what I'm seeing. I'm gonna gently try and bring it back. There we go. If that stays like that all session, I could literally cut my opals with it. I'm going to try cutting through the viewfinder, which is a new thing. I'm cutting through the viewfinder. I'm not sure I'm going to do this all the time. It's a bit scary, it's a little bit reactive. That's alright. That was pretty cool. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm just going to quickly sort myself out here. Here I am, going live. Excellent, going live. And then that. Okay, so close that, share that. Okay. I'm just typing this in the chat. Right. Sorry, I just did that. Now, this one is a doublet, and it's just a little bit bigger than a standard calibrated setting because I'm going for... There was a guy who wanted something that was similar to this size, so I'm just getting my iron with this one. Alright, seems to be working out quite well. Push it in place, so hopefully. Okay, turn that down because I don't need it. There we go. Excellent. Hello, person. Tablets aren't supposed to do that. I said we've had our glitch for today. Honestly, the glitch didn't listen. Anyway, I've got something much nicer here anyway. That was just a trial run. And I might do this one as a solid anyway, it's quite a nice opal. I'm just looking at it now under the light. It's just a little bit transparent. Doublets are a pain most of the time anyway. There we go. Nice. I'll put that onto the dock and we'll run it slightly different way. I've got some boulder here. That one's pretty much done. I'll throw that onto the dock too and we'll start polishing it down. But this one here, this is one that I did very early on in my career. We'll call it a career. This is one I did very early on. It is a beautiful little opal, but it's got all sorts of issues with it right on the back. So I may cut this into two. I may do a few things with it. I'm still figuring out exactly what to do with it. But I think that will make a good ringstone if I fix it up. At the moment it's good for nothing. So that's my project for today. It's slightly see-through here. I'm actually looking through to see where there's actually some shine just here. I'll point that out. You can just see a little bit of colour just in there. I reckon I can bring that colour out a bit more. But I think that corner there is really quite redundant and it's causing all sorts of problems. So I think that most of the problems will go away if I just get rid of that. Back when I was first starting out, I was always trying to keep the carrots. Now I know better than that. What I am trying to do, however, is make sure that the secondary slice is actually quite big. I know that this corner will come off a little bit when I'm carving it into a cabochon, so I may as well be conservative with my opal and carve a large slice and make two really nice cabs. Not to mention the fact that I do have to get, oh my goodness, I thought this was going to happen. This is a beautiful little opal. I just had a suspicion that there was a better face, and there is. It faces to the side quite nicely. I'm just going to quickly take this material off and see what we find. Quite the dilemma this opal is. Quite the dilemma. Technically, on this side, it's a black opal. But people don't necessarily want black opals just because they're called black opals. They want black opals that are nice looking. So, do we have a look at the back here, see if we can bring out some of this nice, it's kind of a sky iridescent blue. Look at that. That's beautiful. Let me just bring it up. That is a beautiful iridescent blue. So I think that is kind of where we're wanting to head. If I wanted to, I could even put a black backing on it, maybe doublet it, but I think that's just going to come good on its own, especially for, oh my goodness, oh wow, like this has just been sitting in my collection for ever such a long time and I have no idea. Have a look at that. That's a nice little piece of opal there. Oops. Do I dare? Do I dare? I dare. Cut that section off. Cut it off with wisdom. There we go. And then just feed it around the side there. Just feed it around that side. Now, if I remember correctly, when I was talking to the guy, he had something that was what we call a marquee cut, which is pointed on either side. So I might have that in mind as I'm cutting this one. But gee, those colours. Look at that. A bit clear, a bit see-through, maybe not. But we'll see. Very iridescent. No, we'll just keep cutting it and see what it looks like. And if it's any good, well, happy days. Get rid of that inclusion. No matter how thin it gets, you have to get rid of the inclusions, of course. Nice extend. I'm so glad I did that. Beautiful looking. Now I'll keep the option for a marquee cut there still until the very end. But I think this will look nicer as a cab anyway. So I think we do what the opal wants, not what not what a potential setting wants. There's some lovely colour showing through there. So look. Look at that. Beautiful. It's kind of showing through on the camera, better than it usually does, but I'm having fun looking at it in person, I can guarantee you that. Yeah, I'm rounding it. I think it's going to end up being too small for this setting anyway, so may as well just make it how it needs to be cut. This tumble home on the left hand side is a bit of an issue. I wonder what I can do with that. I think we're going to have to carve it from the side we don't want to carve. That's okay, you keep going until it's done. Okay, that is a nice size. Let me have a look. Around about I'd say it's nearly a centimetre long. I think just a little bit too small for what I was originally thinking of it. So I'll put that onto the top and we'll smooth that off later. Let's have a look at what we've got here. The next cab off the rank, so to speak, is this guy here. I found it in my rough collection, and I think we're going to end up with quite a nice stone. There are a few cracks. Now, the cool thing about it is that there is a very small difference between a crack and a mosaic pattern. Let's get this up close and have a look at it. Look at that. Ah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that thing sparkle. Got to actually take some of the heat off the light here to get it to sparkle properly, and also to get it zoomed properly. There is an art to getting these things to work in the camera world. There we go. You can see a little bit of it. What I'll do is I'll get it a little bit better done, and then we'll worry about presenting it. Oh my goodness. Let this one go. I'm having more fun than you. You can only just see vaguely what the colour is. But it's real, it's absolutely high beaming back at me here. It's amazing. Oh, what an amazing stone this guy is. I now have to keep the triangle though, but I'll keep it in mind just in case I have to put it into the marquee setting, because I think it'll fit. If I have to make it fit, we'll do something. We'll do some hijinks. Fit it in. This is one of those ones that people would want to fit into their settings by hook or by crook, because it's just such a nice little stone. Okay, there's a crack on the back, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that that's gone. You can't have that. Sometimes you've got to just accept some things with these opals, and one of them is that if you want a high quality opal, you have to make a high quality opal. And that means not accepting cracks or anything like that. If the whole thing shatters when you're doing that, well, it's just too bad. I'm going to roll this in because there is a danger here. Sometimes this happens. If it shatters, it shatters. It is highly stressful, but at the same time, it comes with the territory. You get used to it. Nearly made it shatter myself. Okay, so the crack's nearly gone. There's just a little bit of stuff in the back there. And we have ourselves a contiguous opal, which is good. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful, all done. No cracks to be seen. Brilliant. So, let me just carefully pull that down. Once again, the trimming process is making it a bit smaller, so I'm just going to keep extra volume on this one, just in case I need to shape it specifically for a setting. Right, And there you have it. Beautiful little stone. Nice little triangle cut. A bit weird, but I'll drop that and I'll polish it up. Okay. So, next cab off the rank, so to speak, is one of the mystery bags. Yeah, and apologies because it actually, the opals actually cut themselves quite quickly this time around. They didn't present any problems, and so I wasn't quite ready for the next one. But this is our mystery bag. Now this one is a maybe, maybe not. You can see the sand that's shot through it. This is a wood opal. Either way, it's entertaining. You either get a nice stone, or you get an explosion, a fluff of powder, and a crying lapidus. So, you know, it's all entertainment, isn't it? Go YouTube. Let's get rid of this sand. Gently get rid of this sand. Oh, it feels rough. I'll keep going here, see what I can salvage, but this ain't looking good. Okay, so this piece is kerneling, and ordinarily I don't care, but it's kerneling in a way that is not contiguous to the opal. That end's going to have to come off. It's just going to destabilise the opal. And that's okay, but it's going to make a very small opal. And the sandback is absolutely disgraceful. We can get rid of it. We can say high quality opal, but not a very big high quality opal, that's all. If you're ever wondering why people pay tens of thousands of dollars for 5 and upwards carats, this is why. Because very often you get these stones that just end up being very small. I will stick that one on the top, and that will be a nice stone. It's just going to be small. That's alright. Okay. Bear with me. I've got this piece of material here, and I'm quickly going to shape it into a cab, just because I need some backings for doublets. Sometimes when you're making these doublet backings, you actually run into a lens of precious opal. I'm not holding my breath, although I would love it. It'd be great to have that happen on the live stream. But no, this is just me making it nice and flat and ready to go onto the back of another opal. And the material was just here. May as well just do it while I've got the machine running. Nothing yet. Keep holding your breath though. Keep hoping. I am. I think everybody wants to just find, $1 million, $1 billion in this rock cave. This is actually genuine opal, by the way. It's just called potch opal. It's the stuff which, if you're lucky, is backing the black opal. Now this white stuff to the corner actually is giving me some hope. See that sand that's in there? My eye tells me that sometimes that erupts into colour, so Hello, by the way, whoever's joining me for this auspicious live stream. I see there's a couple of people on here. In case you're wondering, it is way too late to have the Americans on. It's probably about, I don't know, 2, 3 in the morning in America. So, terrible time to have them on. So don't expect any of the usual suspects to show up from there. You're welcome if you do show up. Don't get me wrong. There we go. At least it's a nice shape for a doublet. It's a nice shape for picture stone, really. Sometimes, okay, we're not going to kid ourselves into thinking this is $1 million stone, right? But it is beautiful, just that patterning that you get. That beautiful swirling pattern. I find it fascinating. Sometimes I polish them up for my own enjoyment rather than anyone else's. But I think that's okay. Do what makes you happy. Still a chance this might erupt into colour any second. I'm not going to carve it too thin because that'll really defeat the purpose. But whilst I'm still carving it off, there is hope. Just having a quick look at the opal through the light, looking for different angles. No precious opal today. Okay, so we should be thankful. That looks lovely the way it is. Alright, let's go find another one. I've got a plate round the back and I'll just grab those ones. I'm back, hope you didn't miss me. Whoop. What I'm doing at the moment is I've just got my plate and I'm just running through a few opals just to try and find a rough opal that we're going to try and do something with. That one's nearly done. Okay, there's a few old newbies that I'll actually try and do something with. There's a piece of rough which doesn't look like it'll do anything, but we will have a look and see. There's a piece of colour that I've just missed. I'm going to try and grab it. Okay, I'll show you this piece. This is this one here has got some colour in it from the looks of things. I don't think it's going to cut a nice stone, but I always enjoy just exploring them, just on the odd chance that they do have something nice in them. So we'll do that one. And there's some larger stones at the bottom, I've just got to sift through to get them. Alright, and I'm also cracking out the big guns. We've got some boulders. So, got some yellow nuts here. And I've also got this one. Hopefully, this one I don't have a lot to play with, but if this one works out, and you just bring it up, you'll see there's a nice bit of colour within there. Come on camera, you can do it. You can try again. You can see that colour that's just sitting on the surface. I reckon if I cut a bit deeper you'll see a bit more of that. This one here, similar story, except there's a bit of sand going through it. So that's a knobby, but it's a beautiful knobby. I see an awful lot of potential in that guy. Okay, so those are the hopefuls, and now we're going to go into the big guns, the boulders. These ones are enormous, and you can see just along here, that's where we're expecting to find our wall-to-wall colour. I like this. When we talk about Yoa nuts, imagine this part is actually forming a complete circle. That's what we're talking about here. That is the completed circle. So when we're talking about this Yoa nut that we're taking just a piece of, it was an enormous Yoa nut. But just below it, there's a little bit of colour, and I'll show that to you. And this colour is what we call tribal pattern. And I love tribal pattern, and if you do it right, it's amazing. It is so thick. I've got options of cutting along that seam there, hoping to get just a massive explosion of colour, or alternately keeping it like this and just having the colour, you know, poke through every now and then. Each way has its advantages, has its disadvantages, has its risks. So what I might do to start with, when I start this guy off, is just to cut a thin slice off it and turn it into a cab, just so that we know what we've got. And then we'll start experimenting, having a bit of fun. With these boulders, there is more fun. There is one which I've begun to cut, and I'll finish off the cut. That's this one here. We'll see what happens when I've cut through that one. That'll be interesting. I've got... Is that an Endermica matrix? No, it's not. I'm deleting that. Got another piece of boulder here. That one's got a white surface to it. Now what happens sometimes with these white surfaces, when you cut them back a bit, you end up with a beautiful coloured surface. So I'm going to see what this Yoa nut does. There's several ways to attack it. You can see that there's colour here on the side, but the colour is also accompanied by a few voids. I'm not saying it won't come good, but risk. So this one, it might be a brilliant opal, it might end up being an absolute flop. But you know, the fun is in the cutting. This guy, I'll just show you the face of that one. This one mostly is just this chocolatey colour in the centre. Don't despair about the chocolatey colour in the centre. It's beautiful, but it's not high value, that's all. Personally, I think that you've got to cut for value, but at the same time, when you see something nice, just go for it. Now, there's a nice piece of colour right in the middle of this, and we'll see where that one leads. I'm not entirely thinking it's going to go anywhere, but you know, let's just do it, see what happens. I'm just looking at it from an outside perspective. There's two things I can see. The first one is this has been done on a cab machine, and the way I can tell, if you turn it this way, you can see how it's slightly concave, you can see it's slightly curved, and so they have these giant big wheels and they just go onto the wheel. In my opinion, it's almost sacrilege to do that, but you know, horses for the courses. Just having a look through here, I've got a nice little piece of opal that I might just investigate. There is nothing particularly amazing about it, but it looks worthy of investigation, so I will just have a quick look through it. As a matter of fact, I will slice through it right now and see what we can come up with. As always, with the holy grail of this kind of cut is if you manage to cut right through the middle of the precious opal, you've got a chance of two beautiful stones. You've got more than enough pots on either side, so you've got plenty to play with. And look at that beautiful dark opal. once again, it's one of these situations where you're not exactly holding your breath. You're just having fun cutting a rock in half, basically. If this one doesn't work out, I'll be turning it into doublet material. Because I can see there's very dark spots underneath. This is also part of the territory with a lot of lightning ridge. You can see that darkness showing through there. Lightning ridge generally has a light colour on the outside, dark in the middle, and I've seen various things that are nailed that form the same patterns, and I don't think it's a coincidence. I think there's a natural principle that this is following. Ah, that was fun. I hold it lightly so if it does jump out of my hands, we don't have a problem. I'm just going to move this over a bit so that we've got a nice view again. There you go. It's going so deep, so it's skipping in my hands. Sometimes, especially because it's getting dark, sometimes the piece jumps out of my hands, it goes behind me, and I don't know where it's landed. I have to find it in the morning. So I don't know I hope that doesn't happen, but just pointing out there is a risk. Yay, there we are. As predicted, black inside. So that's good in one way. What I'll do is I'll just carve off the side here, just to see if we've got any precious going onto that black, which would be nice. Excuse me while I just look. Right. I saw a flash of colour here. It would be too lucky, I reckon, to actually have something nice just happen like that. Or maybe not. We might be getting something. Oh yeah. Can I instruct everybody here to do whatever they do for luck, because we need it. It's glimmering at me. Okay, I can see some sand underneath there, and that usually is an indicator. What I might have to do is, yeah, I'm going to have to cut along that sand line. I don't want to cut along that sand line because that's where the precious will be. But also, that's where the snapping will be. As you can see. Fortunately, no harm done, no foul made. But will we find anything? Doesn't matter if we don't. It was just a fun little hope. But I would like to have one of these. Well, we've had it happen before, haven't we? So, just talking away and all of a sudden I stop as the colours just come out. One more try. I don't think we're going to get anything with this one. That's a shame, but you can't have it all. Just enjoy life, I suppose. Some kind of philosophical thing is what you say now. There's a crack here, I'm just going to cut through that. While I'm cutting through the crack, I may as well check to see what it looks like there. Can't see anything. That's alright. I'll just smooth off the edges, turn in a little cab, and it'll be doubleting material. And there we go. At least it's a nice piece of black opal for funsies. Okay, I'll just check this other side of this one. There is a little bit of hope there too. We've got the same piece of material that I had to cut off the other one. We'll do the same thing here. There it goes. Look at how deep that went. Now, as devastating to the integrity of the opal that is also quite promising. Let's have a go and see what happens. Come on, colour. Well, we've got all of the hallmarks with none of the colour. Without a bit of red showing through, right where it shouldn't show through. I have to grind off the only bit of colour because it means fate's got a better opal for me, basically. Somewhere. There, you can see there's this just giant pocket of sand. Now listen, that's not a failure, it's just a million years underdone. That would eventually have become some nice precious opal. But we mined it too early. We picked it up a mere, 20 million years after it was deposited. We should have done it 30 million years after it was deposited. Stupid humans always being impatient. Yeah, there's another chunk of sand. Let's have a quick look at the rest of it, because I don't know what you're seeing, but for me, just occasional flashes of colour happen. So it's clearly what we call a sunflash opal, but it needs to really shine. It needs to really shine. Alright, let's have some fun. First things first, we'll get these small opals out of the way, and then we'll start carving into the boulders, because the boulders are going to be an entirely different brand of fun. I think we'll go 2 boulders, and then I might try polishing some stuff for you, but I'll probably be pretty gone by then. I'll probably have something to show for it anyway. Let's have a look here. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm just getting rid of all the muck. Sadly, there's plenty of muck to remove here, considering the nice opal that we've got. Okay, I'm going to turn the block into a bridge. The blade just kind of hooked in. If you go back and replay, you'll see how it hooked into it. That's because it hooked into a sand patch, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right along that sand. Once again, with the hope of getting 2 nice opals. Let's see what happens. Well, there's opal there, but it's not necessarily nice. It's nice, but it's too sandy. I'll try and get into that in a minute. Let's see if we can do the same here. Let's have a look at what's going on here. Right, this piece here has got... I might be able to eviscerate that sand. We'll see. Let's see what we can do. Once again, this is a very small opal. I like to say tiny but mighty. But hello there. I'm wondering if that is J for Genius who's just shown up. Let's have a look. Ooh, there we go. Nice, beautiful. Nice bit of colour there. Get rid of that sand. Now it's getting smaller and smaller. Gonna have to equip whoever gets this opal with a loop just so they can see the darn thing. It's nice, just tiny. All I'm doing now is showcasing my skill in cutting. Because, wow, it's small. Oh dear. Okay, well at least I'm having fun here, but it's so small. Whoop, that flipped around in my hand. Flipped around again. Maybe the opal's telling me something. There we go. It's not bad. It's just got that sand right in the back there. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Hopefully it'll come out. Don't want to grind an opal to powder on a live studio audience. That'd be a bit depressing. I think I have managed to salvage it. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Got another sparkle, another weirdy, and then I'm going to just go through the boulders, and I think that'll do us. Oh my goodness. Quite a hot night. Okay, you are my lucky charm. Look what just happened. I swear, every time you come on, yeah, I've got storms. I was riding through them. I've got to pick a child up from the southwest, so that's where the storm was, and apparently it was hailing out there, so I only just missed the hail. But look at this! What a storm! This is an opal storm. Okay, so I just cut the top off this opal. I was not expecting anything. And all of a sudden, that just pops out of it. Look at that. That's amazing. I swear, like, people are going to pay you to watch. I'm just going to carefully carve this off. There's a bit of a crack here, and I think this is where the opal ends. So what I'll do is no, it's not. Okay. Looking from the side here, you can see that there's plenty of opal all over the place. There's a bit of a lensing effect, so what I'll do is I'll try and... Basically what I'm doing here is I'm trying to maximise this opal. Seems that I learned something new as well. Okay, so what am I gonna, I've got to teach you something if you're learning something new, because like, I need to reward you. Y equals mx plus b. It's a great maths lesson. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm getting this prepared. Just so you're interested, there's a guy who contacted me and said he would like a specific type of opal. I really would like to have a beautiful little opal that would show up on the stream. I think that's also a nice little pride piece, you know, if you're showing off your opal to your friends and you go, oh yes, and here's a live stream in which it was cut. Yes. Did I mention celebrity? Maybe I'm getting a bit carried away there. Delusions of grandeur, as they are. Actually, the new thing I'm going to teach you is boulder opal. I don't think I've done much boulder with you. So I'll carve into that one next. Now this is the other side of the same darn opal. It's double-sided. What did you drink? Seriously, what did you drink? What did you eat for breakfast? Did it particularly sparkle? I don't know. We are going to have to put a tracking device on you or something. Find out what you do that does this. It's amazing. Now the only problem is that I can see a crack in it, but we can deal with that. That's in the non-precious area, so we can carve that back a bit and see what happens. As a matter of fact, what I'm seeing here is that the crack is extending along and terminating any precious opal. So, yep, that's what it's doing. So it's almost insisting on a marquee cut, this one, which is interesting because that's what I need. Curiouser and curiouser. Okay, I'll show you this guy because we're going to kiss it goodnight because I'll drop it up rather than continue. It's going to get too small and I don't want to ruin it. Final one of the Lightning Ridge ones anyway is this guy, and this guy promises nothing. But seeing what just happened then, who knows? Let's give it a go. I'm actually ridiculously overconfident now. Thank you, mate. Well, when you get stuff like that happen, you can't help but smile. I don't care if you had your arm cut off during the day. And I did have to drive through a storm, so no, yeah, nice highlight. Okay, that's an interesting interior. Let's go this side. I think I've accidentally cut into a bone. You shouldn't do that. Too late now. And I guarantee it was an accident. I'll show you in a second. For those people playing at home, he's just asked, what is a boulder opal? And I will show you what a boulder opal is. Lightning Ridge are the specialty opals that people want. But, for example, when I show opals to my girlfriend, she prefers the boulders. Just forget I said. Nice boulders there. Yeah. No, she prefers boulder opal. It's because it's more interesting. Like, okay, I'm going to stop with this one because it's essentially sand with more stuff poking through it. I'll give it one more poke and see what happens. What I need to happen is for it to face correctly, for some nice iridescence to happen here, which could happen, but I don't think so. And I'm thinking less bone, I'm thinking more Mintaby now. This is just reminding me of Mintaby. Even smells like Mintaby. Alright. I might leave it like that and polish it up like that. It's not going to be any good, but, you know, be nice. I mean, nice for me, not for anybody else. Right, time to show you a boulder. Which one will we do first? We'll do this one first because it's the most unimpressive. So basically a giant piece of ironstone with precious opal in it. And this one has got little precious opal. There is some opal there, and you can see some colour. Now, move upwards to one which has got a little bit more colour in it. There it is. Flip that around, see what we've got there. So I've got a few bits of colour just permeating through the boulder a little bit. So look at this guy. Once again, this one is more hope than actual dreams. What I will be doing is there's some voids here, and I'll be slicing through the voids. Those voids are worthless because they ruin the contiguity of the opal. So the hope is that those voids go away. But as a general rule, they're a casing around something called a yawa nut. You can see how it's round. So imagine this is a three-dimensional structure. It's like a nut within a shell. And that voidy space is essentially the shell. So there is no real hope that it's going to get better. And here is the pièce de résistance. You can see this guy has got a tribal pattern here with all sorts of stuff just absolutely emanating through. And you can see as we go over to here, it happens again and again and again. And we've got so many options on how to cut it. Very hard to cut them wrong. Very shameful if you do. Because this one is an absolute ripper. It's an absolute beauty. I'm anxious to get my teeth into it. But what I'll do is we'll carve through the scary bit of this one and see what happens. That'll be the first introduction to boulder. By the way, I'll have to change my blade after this because these things are very tough. Do you know if your luck works for boulder opal? And so cut in here, oh look, solid gold and a couple of diamonds. 20 million, I think. Sorry, he just asked how old is the ironstone. And I think it forms in about 20 million years, this particular type of yawa nut. I told a story that was more fantasy than anything else about the Lightning Ridge ones, because they are Jurassic/Cambrian, that kind of age. So, you know, we're talking 100-200 million years. That, I think it's 120 million years that you get your opal from. Have I missed? Hang on, I'll think of the period. It's not Devonian. Whenever plesiosaurs were around, just before the dinosaurs. Cambrian's a bit too soon. It's another... Cretaceous. There we go. Cretaceous. Forget all the other words. Cretaceous. I knew it was a C word, and a C word that you could get away with saying on YouTube. I mean, this barely even counts. I think, you know, maybe Jurassic or something. Tell you what I'm going to be Googling when I finish this, my time periods for fossils. Just so that you, if you're interested, the theory about what's going on with these particular Yowa nuts is that it's ironstone and it's therefore iron, and the iron will rust within the rock matrix. When that happens, voids form up, opal settles into the voids, long story short, you get a pretty little opal. Or maybe a pretty big opal. So this guy is sitting here in the 20 carat range at the moment. Nearly lost it. I can tell you, this thing's getting blunt. Is the stone mined for iron? I will say yes, but what you're looking for with iron stone that's mined for iron is something called a banded iron formation, or a BIF. Actually, I've got one. I'll show it to you. I'll be right, 5 seconds. Sorry about that, but here it is. So, this is a banded iron formation. Now, it's a very different beastie, but same beastie as the ironstone that you're looking at here, and I'll give you some comparison. So this is forming in little spheres, little yawa nuts, sorry, and those little nuts are much, much smaller than the bands in your banded iron formation, which, I mean, they go on for quite some time. You can see, quite large. Having said that, they're very similar, and sometimes you get very similar formations when you invade it from the top. But that is Biff, banded iron formation, and technically I suppose a yawa nut is a type of banded iron formation. But the difference is in the billions of years. The reason why a banded iron formation formed in the first place, or the original ones, was when the Earth became a snowball and the oxidation state of all the water changed, and the iron 2 changed to iron 3 and precipitated out. This process cycled for a few years, and so you got this period where the iron was kind of precipitating out, going back in, precipitating out, going back in. And if you know anything about iron, you realise that, and I could be wrong about the numbers, but iron 2 I do believe is mobile and iron 3 is not. Iron 2 is yellow, iron 3 is red. If I'm wrong, just swap the numbers around. When the iron is about to mobilise, it's yellow. So you see that it just goes between, you know, chocolatey red to chocolatey yellow, chocolatey red to chocolatey yellow, and you kind of know what's going on. In the banded iron formation, the iron has been deposited, then it's turning yellow, it's about to be taken up again, then it's turning red, then it's being deposited, etc, etc. I had no idea I would be teaching geology. So anyway, those banded iron formations are what have the larger iron deposits in them. These guys can be mined for iron, but usually they don't, because all this pesky gold gets in the way. Do you know how hard it is to mine for iron when there's all these people running around shouting Eureka? Honestly, so rude. As an aside, yeah, I do collect all the tailings from this, and yes, I do pan it for gold. And yes, I do get some, not very much. I'm not sure yet, Jay, but it may be that you can add boulder opal to your business card. We haven't got any precious opal, but certainly the voids have gone away. And this is the more dodgy of the sides. Let's have a look and see what we do with the other side. Yeah, we're going into the voids there, so let's just... That's a nice little tribal pattern. I might polish that up just as is. Looks nice. But, not exactly what we want, but look over here, we've got some... I'm going to laugh so hard if you do it again, honestly. One thing that's happened here is there's this little sliver. I may as well just cut that sliver off. Boulder opal is not as fragile, but can be friable sometimes. Bit temperamental. But let's just carve that off because I can see a little bit of voidage happening there. You go, that's not a mistake, it's a feature. More voidage, but what have we got here? Look, there's something really interesting going on over here. I don't know what it is yet. As far as geology is concerned, very well explained, but like as far as patterning is concerned, very, very nice. But to me only at the moment, we need precious opal to make it look good. So let's just keep going. All that iron 3 splatting against the back like a crime scene. I asked Rolly Gunn, what is your best advice for cutting boulder opal? And he said, wear the brown pants. I don't think it's because the boulder's scary. Or has laxative properties. I swear, it feels like it's about to sneeze, and sneeze forth an opal. And if it does, you are officially unbelievable. Because I was not expecting anything from this thing at all. I was happy to just cut this bit here. That bit was fine. Nice little conversation piece. Nice little opal. Not particularly sparkly. Doesn't need to be. Fine. But no, you have to come along and say, you know what, we can make this way more interesting. So what I'm doing is I'm shaping it because I'm feeling that we need to get rid of the voids anyway, so you may as well shape it whilst you're doing it. Every time I shape it, I get a crime scene in the back. I don't know if you're spotting that. It looks a little bit macabre, to be honest. Let's do it again. Oh no, no, no! Officer, no! Ah! Actually, it's the crime scene is like, you know, oh no, I'm out of radio range, or the phone lines have been cut. Oh no, whatever will I do? And then they turn around, and then they always say, oh phew, it's you. Ah! Lost in my own world, you're saying? No, fair enough. So that puts you as a mechanic or a builder. If you're a carpenter, that means that you'll be laughing at all the stuff that I've been making. Yeah, so if you want to immobilise the iron, what do? You add water, add a bit of vinegar, add a bit of salt. Let the iron oxidise a bit, then have another go. If it's turning yellow, then just rinse it with water. It should just wash out with the water. When it's turning yellow, just excess water will do it. Okay, I'm not going to complain, but I think that it's not going to burst into colour And at that moment, the opal bursts into colours that have never been seen before. I don't know. I don't think so. Although, Fate, I am not complaining if you do that. Just pointing that out. So what I'm having to do here is I'm really having to hack into this opal to get rid of those voids. The voids are still there, so there's no point in being colourful yet. Still voids. As a matter of fact, what I might do is I might cheat, because you can see that white line there, so we know kind of roughly where the voids are. So if I start cutting from there and cut parallel to the lines, we should be fine. What you have just seen is the destruction of my blade. I'll just give it a bit of a tightening. Hopefully that will solve the issue for the short term, but I think we've got a major repair happening. So let's just see what's going on here. Thought I heard something before. What I'm doing is I'm just tightening. That's not good. Bear with me as he fixes a major issue. Who put the lights out? And then the red goes. Okay, here we go. Should be a tool here. Go and crack out the big gun there, mate. What I've done is I think I've bored out the interior of the blade, which means it's no longer any good. Let me see. If I can't find the tool, I'm going to have to shut the stream down. Oh, we'll do some polishing and then shut the stream down. I think we'll leave this for a repair. I'll take this out and we'll move over to some polishing and then look at some birds and be done. So off you go. How are we going for that? So, the only problem that we have with this is, if I remember correctly, it vibrates a bit. So what I might do is just add a little bit of a buffer there. Bit of a buffer. So there we go. Speaking of which, we just can't get away from this stuff, can we? So let's turn this bad boy on. Let's turn the water on. Let's turn the other water on. Let's turn the other water on. That's better. Always the last one. Another bulber. Let's have a look at what we've got on the tops here, because I had these all prepared to go. These ones are actually for this one. How's the vibration situation going? have a look. Ah, there you go. None of the above. Oh well. I was wrong once before. The trick here is to get rid of all the blemishes. If we leave one, then we're back to square one. Also, the Celine Dion look is because, oh yeah, what I'm going to have to do is turn these down because they're absolutely smashing it. So a lot of water getting in there and starting to play havoc with the screen. So it'll only take a few minutes of this treatment before I'm going to have to either shut everything down or change the birds or something. We'll see. It's behaving itself for the time being. In the meantime, I can sing a Celine Dion song or something. And you know what's going through my head? Sail away, sail away, sail away. Which is not Celine Dion. It is Enya. And I don't know what the difference between Enya and Celine Dion is. Probably Ireland. I don't know how long the phone's going to take this punishment for. You should see it. It's like I'm taking it scuba diving. Oh well. All we can say is at least the live stream went out with a bang. Gee. I can't believe it's lasted this long. Okay. Yes, I would like a warranty repair, please. Just trying to look. I'm actually rubbing it on my shirt and just having a look at it. Yeah, okay, that's enough for the oxide. So we go down over to the oxide, which probably is a safer place for it. But the only problem is that I'm running out of right now in Remy. Let's go very quick. Yeah, right, there we go. No, got to rotate the device. This will be interesting. Get off the thing. I think you can hear it nicely enough. There we go. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly wet this up and then wet this up. I'm just dipping it in the oxide, so if you have a look, got just a pink coating on there. Just the tiniest amount of water. This is not rocket science or brain surgery or brain science or rocket surgery science. It's just a case of the cerium oxide has the equivalent of 3000 grit, I do believe, and I reckon it's got better than that, but when you heat it up it kind of melts into the cracks. Now let me point out there ain't that many cracks in these opals, but just the pores and seams and all their little bits and bobs. And so I reckon it's got the equivalent of a better than 3K polish because it just looks magnificent. Don't do boulder. Did that flip on its own? Yeah, it did. Yeah. So it's starting to misbehave a bit, which is kind of funny. Welcome to my live stream, I suppose. Alright, let me have a look. What have we got here? That's absolutely brilliant if you can see it. I think the lens has been too badly Celine Dion's to worry about it. I'm going to use my shirt to try and fix this problem. Rotate device. Alright. How's that? That's better. So now we'll try this again. Come on, you can do this. Well, you can sort of see the shine. Let's zoom back. About the local. I've got a nice zoom on that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to this time round go a bit further back and I'll use one hand here. Right. So what I'm doing is I'm holding back. What I will do is I've got a couple of sheets of perspex just down here. That's actually glass. There is perspex around. I have been contemplating making it a little bit more robust anyway. This is kind of a nice view. You can go, oh yeah, party time, party time, party time, it's opal party time. I don't know how long it takes for people to get sick of it. Right, so what we can do is we can do SPV opal. Yoink, over to the stuff. Into the stuff we go. We've got the stuff on me now. And over we go to the thingy bob. Oh, that feels nice. Oh yeah, we love to polish my bald head. Actually, I'm kind of glad no Americans were here because that was a really terrible. I don't know what accident it was. Polish my bald head. Not Australian, not American, not British. We've just made up a new country. Woohoo! New Zealandia. There we go. That was New Zealandia. They all sound like this. No, they polished my bald head. They're all bald. Nothing wrong with bald people. Just a lot of them live in New Zealandia. Do you reckon I'll ever remember that word again? No, I won't. I might watch the live stream later on and go, what was I thinking? Gee. The fame has got to me. Okay, quick rub on the shirt. And then take it away from all of this so that you can actually see what it's looking like. You can see the shine now, at least. Beautiful little shine. So what I'm looking for is any marks or divots in it. I'll keep it in shot while I'm doing that. Ah, sorry about something just landed on me. What was that? Who knows? I think that's my cue to go inside. Let's go say goodbye to the birds. Turn this off. I missed telling what your career was. Something tells me that you are sort of medical, so you might recognise these things as drip bags. Who knows? That one. And here's the problem. I got too many of these things. That's the one. Yoink. Done. Alright. Here we go. And my feed, if you want to have a look at it, I'm still polishing that opal. Nothing's landed on my back yet. Ah, those are the days. Hello. Not quite. We're getting there. Okay. So, yeah, I know. We're about to end the stream. Alright. Oh, are you wanting some attention, Maxi Bubba? Hello. It's alright, Maxi. It's alright, Max. Okay, Max has learned sign language. Putting his face in the bowl is sign language for I'm hungry. So, what I'll do is I will give him I'm hungry. This is bunya pine. As you can see, he's coming forward. Yep. There you go, buddy. Nom 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 nom. Okay, I'm out of here. Do you want some bunya pine, Loki? Alright, I'll get you some, but you usually chuck it away. There you go, do you want that? You do, okay. Alright, well, with the two birds chowing down on bunya pine, and with my child currently complaining about being hungry, don't know what she's worried about. I don't know, the children of this day. Alright, about time to say hooroo, goodbye, and how old is the Ironstone? Well, that's a long time ago. That's good. Yeah. Top chat. Try again. All messages. Top chat. Top chat. Okay, whatever you're saying, I'm sorry. I can't read it. Let's see if I can find it on here. Okay. Well, no, there is no additional stuff, so that's good. All right. So, hooroo, everybody. I'm going to go do my hair, I reckon. That sounds like a plan. Have a lovely evening, and I hope that everybody gets all of their luck. Contact Jay for that one. See you guys around. Bye.